Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Kev Play. This is Kevin, and we are on part 14 of Killzone Shadowfall, which is very much likely to be the finale of the campaign. We're on the last chapter called Chapter 10, The Savior. There's actually 10 chapters, so we're on the 10th one, 10th and final, called The Savior. Um, Last time we kind of in the beginning we went up against the boss of the game, which was Tyrion, who was somebody who's kind of been, I guess, like a puppet to General Stahl, who we also find out is still alive like throughout this game. We meet him at the very end of uh, last episode. But yeah, we beat Tyrion. We faced waves and waves of enemies. It was kind of like really, I didn't really think about this as I was playing. Is that this was the last episode? I mean, this last bit of gameplay that from last episode where we're pushing against all those waves of it wasn't really a bunch of waves of Hellgas, but it was just like a good final push of taking several out. People with shields and like the biometric shields that they have too, and we had that huge armory, and that basically was our finale in a way um in terms of playing as the main character of Lucas Kellen. Um, how's it going, Pelpa Pig? Uh, and at the time when I played this game in 2013, I just thought, okay, this is just another Killzone game, and that's the end of him, I guess, and that's the end, I guess, or whatever. But now that we know that, the Killzone website was shut down, Guerrilla Games is they're very focused on the Horizon franchise. Um, this is basically the last Killzone game for now, pretty much, and probably, I mean, it's very likely this was the last game because for all we know, they had four main games being Killzone 1, 2, and 3, and this game being the fourth, and maybe it's like a Naughty Dog situation where they did their four Crash Bandicoot games, they were out and they were done. They did their four Jack and Daxter games, they're done. They did their four/5 Uncharted games, and they were done. And then they go to Last of Us, and obviously they can always go back to Uncharted and stuff. But like maybe Guerrilla Games is following the same pattern where they are putting Killzone back on the shelf and just like that's it. I pretty much think this will be the last. In terms of how many minutes we got, I think this is a very fairly manageable level, especially since it's kind of like serving as an epilogue. Um, but yeah, so but basically that last push against all those Hellgas was like kind of like that last. It was almost a finale in itself of what we've been playing. Uh, in terms of combating the Hellgas in such a epic way over the entire franchise. Uh, so I thought it was fitting. I thought it was good. It's annoying when you're playing it at first because you don't know exactly how to approach it, and they're coming from all these doors and stuff. But I think it was actually like once I actually I understood like how to do it. I could see myself. It's almost like I wanted to take that next step and up the difficulty or something, and I feel like I could have done it, and I have done it. I've platinumed this game, but I just want to say that that was basically kind of a little bit of a swan song there. Um, and 1 million Ratchet and Clank games. Well, yeah, that's in terms of for Insomniac. Insomniac definitely follows its own pattern. They only did three Spyro games. Obviously, that was more of a selling the. They had a what's it called? detach themselves from Universal Studios, I guess, or Universal Interactive. So that was more of a business decision, I think, that why they lost Spyro. But yeah, they have so many Ratchet and Clank games. They only have three Resistance games in terms of console games, and yeah, Spider-Man, and then they're doing Wolverine. So yeah, they're just going. They're just doing whatever they do, and honestly, God bless them because they are putting out so much content across these last two generations, like specifically that if it works for them, it works.
2-6. Something's not right. I think we've got an intruder.
Acknowledge, T7. We have multiple security breaches. Hold your position. We'll update once I receive more info. Over.
Roger. Shit.
And as we can tell now, I just killed an ISA officer. So, who am I playing as? One thing I will say about the character of Lucas Kellen in this game as a protagonist and as a player that we played as a character that we played as, um, like I'm all for characters that kind of have no personality and you kind of just have to know what they stand for and you can get behind them like that. Like if you think about like Master Chief in Halo, he has a specific voice actor but like we don't really know much about John, aka Master Chief, but we know what he's about. We know he's a Spartan. We know that he's fighting for the the greater good and like the and for peace and justice or whatever, all those good things wrapped up into one. But like, they're fighting an alien race and a war, and he's kind of like on the side of the humans or whatever, but also manages to make up his mind and what is right or whatever. And we don't really know much about him as a character. We don't see him go through any struggles in terms of like he's not like an anti-hero or anything. They're not trying to make him any more complex than he has to be, but we know what he stands for. And it's the same thing when like I would play like SOCOM. Like I know I'm just playing as US Navy SEALs, but like they still gave them a name, like code names like Kahuna, Boomer, Spectre, Jester, like, and that was your squad, and you didn't need to know about them. You didn't need to have a whole backstory about them, and like know like what happens when they go home at night. Whoa, that scared me. I think that was the ladder, but you still knew what they were about. You knew that they were fighting against terrorism or whatever. Whereas in this game, like Lucas Callan is a very bland character, and like we don't really know much about him. Obviously, they showed up kind of an origin story in the beginning of this game where he's a child, and we watch his father die as they're trying to like get across the the Helghast fence or whatever, because the whole planet's divided between the ISA and the Helghast because we're like harboring them as refugees or whatever. But still, I feel like Lucas Kellen was just not. He wasn't an interesting character, and even when he's like, even when we know what he stands for and what he's doing, it's just like it was hard to get engaged with him. He definitely, like, nobody is gonna remember Lucas Kellen. Like he's just like there's nothing iconic about him. There's nothing like, and not that there has to be, but like it's just there's nothing memorable about the experience of this game. I think that really made I don't know. I don't know what I'm going into, but like basically I'm saying is he like you can have a character to play as that doesn't have to have all this character in order for you to be engaged, and but like in this case I still just I feel like they failed in terms of engaging the player, but that's just me. Halo is great. I think Halo is one of the greatest like first-person shooters that, especially like 1 through 3. And honestly, the way Infinite's looking, even though like it looked like a joke at first, I think they're actually like even though the developing process is like kind of in developer hell, like they're actually doing some cool things with that game that kind of makes me as a PlayStation consumer, like it makes me a little jealous. I wish I can get an Xbox right now, and it did get delayed. So yeah, it's true. But it's also it has a history with 343 Studio 343 of with Halo 4 and 5. They just completely botched those games. Really, Halo 4 is a fine game. I actually have that for the 360, but it's not. It just doesn't capture your imagination the same way the first three games did. And 5 I didn't even get to play because it's on Xbox One, and I just heard that that's like abysmal almost. So it's already got a history with the studio that they don't really know how to handle the franchise, and Microsoft is mismanaging the whole thing. But Infinite is actually looking promising from all like the beta like multiplayer stuff and like all like the physics and everything they're making sure to get right. And it kind of has like this uh it makes you recall like the first original games and how it's more gameplay first than trying to do something new. Like it's like why fix what's not broken basically. I think they're starting to realize that. Can I shoot this? There we go. Honestly, I want the new Xbox for emulators.
Every second that Vectin forces remain on Helgen, they disgrace the memory of the millions who lost their lives on the planet 30 years ago. We must stand up to this barbarism. The world is watching. They will see who is right. They will see who stands on the side of the truth.
Yeah, I don't know much about emulators in terms of using the Xbox, but I've heard it's pretty good with with the emulators. Yeah, Microsoft is usually good with it. I think, from what I've heard, with that stuff.
Who's there?
Oh shit!
I got it right there.
I do love this pistol, by the way. I miss the original Killzone. Let you play as a Shadow Marshal. Um, and her name was Luger, and she was very stealth based, and she had like a nice like silenced weapon and a knife basically. Like that's what I like about the original Killzone is you get to choose your character that you play as. There were four characters to choose from. Like one was a heavy, one was like a regular assault.
Remain on Helgen.
Like the main character was just like an assault rifle type guy, and another was like a half Hellgas who can like get through like security.
We must stand up to this barbarism. The world is watching.
Do I go through? Oh, here. Here.
They will see who's right. They will stand on the side.
Identification confirmed. Kelly, Lucas, proceed.
Yo, remember Cyberpunk? Think that game is still broken? I'm sure it's still broken. I don't think that game. Honestly, there's games like No Man's Sky that had a very awful launch. Oh shit! Is someone talking to me? But Hello Games, who developed No Man's Sky, they actually turned that game around. Like they actually supported that game through and through, and uh, never really released any other games. They really just focused on No Man's Sky to try to make it up for people. And I honestly don't think that's going to happen with Cyberpunk. I think I think it's already I think it's just a lost cause. It's a shame, it's not that I want to root against the studio that that developed it, but it flopped, and whether it was because of politics or whatever, or being rushed, or trying to hit deadlines, and all the hype that went like into the medium, like the marketing, and like how the media just got swept up in it. Like it's just a shame. But basically, what we're seeing here is the last Killzone level probably ever, unless they, because Guerrilla Games has hired some developers that have worked on first-person shooter multiplayer, big multiplayer, from like Rainbow Six and stuff. Um, but we don't know what they're doing with that team. We know that there's another team working on something other than Horizon, but we don't know what that is. If it is Killzone, that would make sense. But there's also rumors that they might have picked up SOCOM as an IP, or maybe it's a new game entirely. You know, because no, I mean Zipper Interactive went under, who developed SOCOM, so they wouldn't be able to make a SOCOM. But Sony has the power to give that IP to whatever studio they want. So I don't know. There's a lot of rumors about that. But if it was Killzone, I would be happy with that too. Okay, we got a little drone security, even though I can't control it. I gotta figure out how to go past these guys. Honestly, I'm just gonna wing it, really. Because, like, what's the worst that's gonna happen here? They shoot at me and I shoot back? Oh, you picked up the Nickelodeon All-Stars? That's out? What do you think of that game? Now, are the citizens, the civilians, gonna give me away if they see me? Oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. I was supposed to, like... I should probably start over... I'm gonna start over from that checkpoint I had, because then I can stealth. I think once they catch me, that's when the timer starts. It's pretty cool for a Smash clone. Is it competent though? Like, is it like... Because I don't mind if it doesn't live up to Smash, but I at least would want it to be like a solid fighting game. You know, like not just a cash grab or whatever. Because it looks promising, and I like that, like I said last stream, that they have like voice acting for like the characters, and it looks solid. Like I'm not expecting the world from it, and I'm not. Oh shit! Hopefully they don't see me. Oh god. Might as well take a good weapon if I can find one. I don't have my owl anymore. Oh no. Let's try to run. Oh god. I gotta do this smart somehow. I feel like I just need a better gun if my stealth is gonna get thrown away. Yeah, as long as it's playable, I might pick it up. Let's see if I can get a... It's basically... This stealth part is basically just figuring out what... Oh, the civilians give you away! Fuck. I've heard Garfield is gonna be in the game. Garfield. I think he was on Nickelodeon at one point. I remember there was a Garfield show. on Nickelodeon at one point, very like in the 90s at some point. Oh, I can go into stealth mode? No. Oh, I can go into stealth mode. I could see. So what do I gotta do? Oh, there's cameras. I gotta be smarter about this. What am I doing? Is this a sniper rifle in here? Oh no. Oh no, it's a turret. It's a turret. Let's go into stealth here. I hope my stealth like recharges. Oh my god. Oh no. I can't run. Why doesn't it let me run? Oh god. Oh, someone put a turret up. I was gonna say turret. Oh no, no, no. Get down, get down. He's above me too. He's above me. I can't run. Why can't I run? Why can't I run? Alright. Oh, maybe because I'm in crouch mode still? Oh, why is that getting me? Is heat seeking or I don't know. You're just like I want to be done with this already. Yeah, I'm thinking Spyro next. It's 41 seconds, but how am I supposed to get there with all this crap in my way? So I can use this. Just run for it. Oh man, where do I go? I have 12 seconds. To do what? Alright, I think this is the way I was supposed to go. I'll go here next time. I think I'm just gonna try to get past the people. Oh god. No, civilian, go back. No, don't do this. I had to do it. I really like that they don't penalize me for that. If this was a James Bond game, they would do that. those turrets will scan through the cook. So I gotta make sure to get rid of these cameras. I think I have to. Oh. I think this is the way to go. Ah, I see what to do. What's this about? Okay, so they're showing this stuff here, but I don't know what it's about. Can I go over this? I don't think I can. Is it like as soon as I... Oh my god. I can't believe that. Tell me they gave me a checkpoint once I get the one thing done. Because there's 3 things I need to do. It's not being really clear how to go across. Alright. Oh, come on.
When I created this agency, I understood what its role would be. To operate in the shadows of secrecy. Provide intelligence for the nation secure. Above all, I believe it was my
Oh my god.
against the growing Hellgas threat. I understood just how important that mission was when we were attacked. Just a few weeks ago, our great building, not far from us, was almost burned to the ground. On that day,
Oh, is he seriously seeing me right now?
countless citizens lost their lives around the city. Thousands of lives. The attack focused all on fantasy. A fantasy denied.
Where is the thing I need to get to?
No longer deny the very real and present threat to our nation. This was a threat that has been allowed to infiltrate our own society and take advantage of our freedoms. If we didn't know it before, we know it now. Destroy us. They believe it is their duty to destroy us. And for as long as they live, they will not stop.
I know there's a sniper rifle here, so I want to get that. Alright, they're none the wiser. Engineer. Alright, let's get this again. See if I can go through here again. Is there something in here I can get? There doesn't seem to be any timer on my stealth, on my invisibility. I think it's because I got like caught or something. When are you gonna stream on your PS5? I think when I do Spyro, I'm gonna start it on my PS5. I didn't want to do it on this one because I didn't want to like transfer my save or anything because it's just too much trouble. But yeah, I want to see how it works too. And hopefully, like I feel like I'm gonna need to like look at a YouTube. Oh shit, it's like 105. I forget that I'm being timed. I'll probably look at like a YouTube walkthrough just in case there's some hiccup I don't know about. Come on. I don't understand what's going on in this. So I can't go through there. Oh, it's like they see me as soon as... Oh, great. I gotta like do this more surgically before they put these turrets up. I just want to see it. Yeah. Let's see. Scan the arrow before I push through.
But our work is not done. We are still at war. The question we now
Let's just try to get past this part without these guys. I see them here.
agency I understood what its role would be to operate in the shadows of secrecy and provide intelligence that would ensure our nation's security. Above all, I believe it was our mission to prepare Vector against the growing Hellgas threat.
Again, I'm getting screwed.
Was when we were attacked. We're looking down. You have 3 minutes. 3 buildings. They're calling in engineers. Those turrets will scan through one day. Over 215 perished in those fires. Countless citizens lost their lives around the city. Thousands of lives were devastated.
I think I need one of the things I need to do is get this sniper. Okay, that wasn't an objective. Okay.
Take advantage of our freedoms. If we didn't know it before, we know it now.
Alright. What are my other objectives though? Can it tell me that? I'm trying to press up to I say for now, I got the sniper, I'll get the one objective I know is over here. Oh god. Let's get you guys. Alright, so that guy can get through there, but I can't. Oh god.
Let them think we lack the will or resolve to fight. Every nation faces great challenges, and this is ours. It is incumbent upon us to make
It says mission undisclosed. Objective upper tier surveillance systems. Wherever that is. It's C. Let's just stay in our invisibility mode here. I think these turrets can see through my invisibility though. Good thing I have an assault rifle though.
position which only emboldens our enemy. Containment has been our objective.
Can I get rid of you? Okay, thank you. Alright. Where do I... Oh, I gotta go down here, okay. Alright, alright. I'm on. Okay, I did what I needed to do. Now I just need a what? Oh, get past... Now, that unlocks that stuff. Okay, I see. Can you stay here a sec?
Extending these rights to the Hellgas is lunacy. I warn you, this misplaced respect will lead us to our own destruction. Earlier in Infinity War,
I have a better idea what to do, at least. I have a better idea what to do. Whew. I just gotta figure out the stealth part of it. If I can get through this without them calling in these engineers who set up these turrets, then I should be golden. Alright, what I gotta do is get past these guys. Don't touch anybody. I don't think they can hear me. I don't think I need to crouch or anything.
we now face is how to finish that war. When I created this agency, I understood what its role would be to operate in the shadows of secrecy and provide intelligence that would ensure our nation's security. Above all, I believe it was our mission.
I think I got the right idea here. Oh god dang, get away. Oh come on. Alright, let's figure this out. But Well, I don't want to go upstairs when the turrets are there, so I want to get those objectives out of the way first.
For that, you should be proud. But our work is not done. We are still at war. The question we now face is how to finish that war. When I created this agency, I understood.
Alright, let's just go. Let's just go. Get it open. Oh, man. Get the sniper first. Oh my god. It's hard, man. Alright, so I was able to get 2 of these objectives done. It's just hard to escape those turrets once I get out. I used to have this level down packed. I thought it was going to be more simpler than this. Alright. Come on, people.
But our work is not done. We are still at war. The question we now face is
Oh my god, there's too many people.
when I created this agency, I understood what its role would be to operate in the shadows of secrecy.
Nobody.
By intelligence that would ensure
God. Alright, we got 2 down, we got 2 down. Let's get past those engineers. You know what, give me the stamina. It's gone. So when I'm in stealth, I can't actually run. But this thing's gonna see me, my god. Oh, I can use the pulse grenades. I forgot about that. I can use the pulse grenades for the sentries. That will help me. So I should do exactly what I was doing. I see what to do now.
But our work is not done. We are still at war. The question we now face is how to finish that war. When I created this agency, I understood what its role would be.
Come on.
To operate in the shadows of secrecy. And provide intelligence that would ensure our nation's security. Above all things was our mission to prepare Vector against the growing Hellgas threat. I understood just how
Alright, they're already calling in the engineers. Whoa, 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 come on. It's like every playthrough has a different... There's just something else that gets in my way. I feel like I'm rushing through this. Oh my god, whatever.
work is not done. We are still at war.
Okay, they don't know where I am though. That's good. As long as they don't know where I am, that's fine. Did it hurt me to go through that security camera? I don't even know.
Perished in those fires. Countless citizens lost their lives. We're devastated. You tapped focus on. From that day, we could no longer deny the very real and present threat of our nation.
How am I supposed to get past that? The only thing I can think of is maybe I have to go back through the vent that I came through. I don't know. This is weird. Oh god, I'm already dead. I'm not going about this smart at all. Oh, that's the cameras, so I can get rid of the cameras first. Oh god. I know what to do now. So I'll get rid of the cameras first. Then I'll go get the sniper rifle. Then I'll go get rid of the security clearance or whatever. I think that's my plan right now. I can't fall. If I give falling damage, I lose my stealth. So I gotta go down carefully here. Could try this. I know there's a way to go through here without... Oh, there's a camera right here. I gotta be careful. I think I can go through this bush here. Or that bush. They still haven't put my timer up, so this is definitely the way to do it. No, 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 I don't want to climb. Okay. Let me go through this vent, because I have a feeling there's going to be a security camera guarding the security camera button. Okay, so I can still stealth. This is definitely the way to go. This first one. See, it's not all hopeless. I could probably climb up here now. Stay away. I guess I'll lower the security breaches or whatever it is first. I think I have to kill this guy though. There's a guy guarding it. Let's see. No, he's not here. Oh, he's right there. Let's just press it. Okay, nothing's being set off. It's good. I think I have it. I just gotta get the sniper rifle. There's a guy that's looking right there. I wish I can like use like a do what they do in what Aloy does in Horizon and like throw a rock so that they can like look another way. Oh god. This would suck if two guys were coming this way. Okay, oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. Alright. Can I drop down now, or will that get rid of my stealth? Alright, I think I do it. This is perfect. He's going that way, I'm going this way. Did this thing... Can I go through here? No. What do I have to do now? To go down this way. Let me just fall. Let's go through here. I still have no timer, so I'm doing it good. And what's over here? Is it this way? This is where I need to be? I think it is. Here we are.
I remember when the Hellgas first came along. There was a belief that we could coexist. Through their suffering,
And there's our little reveal there, I think.
But this was a mistake. We should
We're
have
playing as
realized
Echo.
what we do now.
We can see in the reflection of the scope
Forsake their humanity long ago.
the Hellgas girl.
They are an aberration. They do not share our values. And they do not deserve our compassion.
Do I take the shot? Is it a choice? Honestly, this guy sucked. Commander Sinclair, he didn't listen.
We deceived ourselves.
He had every right to listen to us because we were telling him the intel that it was going to be a mistake.
Face the reality.
You know what? I've had enough of him.
3 years since our home was taken from us.
For
Our
Kelly.
situation hasn't changed.
And there you have it. Not the greatest Killzone game, but, you know, it's a solid game. The combat is still good, even though... Yeah, not the best ending. Because it's just like, these characters weren't that engaging, so you weren't really invested. I do like this random, credit sequence, though. Basically, this was my first PS4 game. I got it in 2013. Well, 2014, because Christmas of 2013 I got this game. Yeah, it doesn't feel like an end. It definitely doesn't feel conclusive. It's definitely its own standalone game because it's focusing on a character that was introduced during this game. The trilogy... The trilogy was a little bit more conclusive, I think. It was still open-ended. But, this was more of like a spin-off game in a way. Especially since you're playing as a Shadow Marshal, and it's less of like the war, like the boots on the ground, kind of like diving into trenches type warfare that the 3 games really try to capture. The first 3 games. That's not a bad... I mean, even though that game is not, you know, the... I know a lot of people don't like that remake in terms of, like, hardcore Ratchet and Clank fans, but that's still a cool game to have as your first game. Herman Holst was the... You know, he's now, like, what, like, head of PlayStation Studios. I forgot his actual title, but he's pretty much in charge of PlayStation just as much as like, well, Jim Ryan is the CEO, I think, and yeah, I think Herman Hulst is like head of games or whatever it is. But he was the director for this game, I think. Yeah, but so we just played as the Echo, the Hellgas girl at that last level. I don't see her getting a spin-off game. I feel like if they ever do a new game, it will be from a fresh new character. Because, you know, she wasn't really that... She probably had more personality than Lucas Kellen did, who we played as throughout this game, but I don't think she has, like, the staying power of, like... You know, she's not like Chloe Frazier from Uncharted, where she can get her own spin-off game. It's like, because like when you play Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, like I actually liked Chloe, and I always wanted, like I throughout Uncharted 4, I was wondering where she was. So I'm glad that she got her own game. Whereas with this, I couldn't care less if they continued with these characters. They just didn't grab me. But but yeah, I don't know. My in my opinion, and this is a very like I know a lot of people love Killzone 2 the most, but I actually love Killzone 1 the most. Even though it's a very it came out on PS2 in 2004. It's very rough around the edges in terms of uh, the frame rate. It has frame rate issues, and it's a little clunky. But I liked the I liked the spirit of that game. And it made after the first like I just like you're in a squad of four very interesting characters, and you're just trekking across trying to do the impossible, and it feels so much more down to earth, but it feels more epic in my opinion. It actually reminds me of how God of War's story, 2018's God of War, is really a very simple story in terms of what you're actually what Kratos and Atreus's goals are, is that they're just trying to bury their or trying to climb the mountain to uh, let go of their of Kratos' wife and Atreus' mother's ashes, and that's a very simple story. Like that's a very simple goal. That's what it felt like in Killzone One, where you're trying to do something. Like yeah, you're trying to do something for a very like probably a greater cause, but you really felt a sense of adventure getting to where you were trying to get to. Whereas this, it just feels like they just kept putting me in random spots. I didn't really care about what I was doing. Um, I was even joking like on my Twitter as I was posting these, that like it's like half the time I don't even know what my mission is. It's just all right, Peppa Pig. It's been nice talking to you. I'm just gonna talk and do the credits, fill the hour a bit. Um, but yeah, and oh yeah, by the way, but just know that the next episode is going to be an online episode. I'm still kind of like I'm 90% sure that there's still online on for this game, and if there is, that's going to be very interesting. Playing this in 2021, I know since they shut down the Killzone website that they also like in that announcement they announced that you couldn't make clans anymore or something. So I think it's still like the servers were just never shut down. It's just that you can't make clans or something like that. So we'll do like a an episode of me playing online, and then we'll call it. It'll be 15 parts in total, and then from there we will probably start Spyro. This game though, the way it plays is still very smooth. I'm still very impressed with how it holds up in terms of how it like the frame rate, the graphics, the fidelity. It still very much holds up in terms of how of the game's presentation in terms of like its technical presentation. I think it's really good. Uh, One thing I don't really care for in particular is how there's less how it takes control away from the player, like those segments where you have to like fly or float around, and um, even when you're opening doors and you have to like use your hand scan. It used to be like in the old days, like when you played like a 007 game or even the first Killzone, really. Like if there was an action you needed to uh uh perform, it would just let you press the button. Like if it was like press X to open a door or whatever, you just press X to open the door. You didn't have to go through this whole animation, where you're not even playing anymore and you're watching, and it's just like this, like, oh, look how cool his hand looks on like the keypad or whatever. Uh, I wish games would stop that. I feel like games need to kind of take a step back and remember that this is a video game, and that the whole experience of a video game is that you want to give the player full control of what they're doing, and not everything has to be so immersive in terms um of what you're seeing. It's more about what you're doing. So like if I want to open a door, just let me open the door by pressing a button and let me still have my control. Don't put me into a little mini cutscene of me, putting my hand on a keypad or something. Like I feel like we're past, especially in the PS5 era now, where there's no more loading or zero loading times, where everything's kind of super fast. I feel like now we can, you know, because maybe that was an excuse for like the whole keypad door thing, where like they're loading the next part of the level by playing this little mini cutscene, similar to how like Uncharted would, like, have Nathan Drake like slip through a very tiny crack in a wall and then, like, try to like squeeze through, and like really what the game is doing is loading the next part of the map, or the, the next part of the section of the chapter you're playing. So hopefully they can do that more and stop with the whole, you know, uh, visual prowess of showing us how to open a door. It's just, I think we can do away with that. Um, I don't know how long these credit sequences are, but I remember it being very long. We'll see how long it goes, honestly. It does make me wonder what these people are up to now. Like, I see Mark Cerny there, but like, we know Mark Cerny. Um, but I wonder what these guys are doing. Are they working on Horizon, or are they part of the another studio, another what's it called, team on Guerrilla Games that are working on something? I don't know. Also, keep in mind this is the game that came out before Horizon Zero Dawn. Um, and that, and you can kind of see that. You can kind of see with how beautiful this game kind of looked in terms of its lighting, and like even just now we were playing in kind of like an outdoor, like, there was a lot of green. You could see that, and especially you were fighting a lot of robots. We were fighting a lot of like mechs and stuff in this, and I feel like that was like this game was almost like practice for what they were going to give us in Horizon Zero Dawn. Other than that, um, games I've been playing. Uh, I did get back into Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. I'm still in a new game plus. I'm trying to get that 10 million bolts trophy. I think I have like five, like maybe almost 6 million or something like that. I think I just need to play a little bit more, and honestly, that game's fun to just put on and listen to a podcast or music or whatever, and like, once you've played the main story, you don't need to keep like watching all the cutscenes or whatever, or listen to like all the story beats. So it's fun on its own. The gameplay, like, uh, proves its worth as a standalone thing. And what other games? I have been playing Black Ops 4 multiplayer only because it's the only like split screen online game you can play with with someone else. Um, and it's fine, but I'm not I'm I just I wish there was another type of first-person shooter or any shooter that I can play for multiplayer that wasn't Call of Duty. Because Call of Duty, I just feel like I'm on rails half the time. It's like you have to press that sprint button, and then it's like you're limited to where you're gonna go, and then it just I don't know. It doesn't have the same. It just doesn't have the fun factor for me. It's fun to a degree, but it doesn't have the fun factor that games like Area 51 had, or even Killzone had for me. Even Killzone being such a heavy game, like in terms of like your character when your movement is very heavy in the original trilogy. But I loved the game of it. I love like the class system. I love how you can be like an engineer and put turrets out, or be a medic, or be um, a tactician and put like tac points up or whatever. I liked that you served a role, and that even though you had all this armor, and that you were you weren't basically like, it wasn't like Halo where you can jump around and kind of be floaty a bit, or like I said, Area 51 for PS2 was like that too. But it's still like the gameplay still felt fun. And it felt, especially Killzone 3. I loved operations on Killzone 3, where there's three parts of a multiplayer map where you're pushing, and you're trying to push through the three parts, and the other team is trying to defend and keep you from proceeding with those three parts. And it really made you feel like you were doing something, not like a not like basically one part would be like a demolition, like you have to blow up one part, like one like a base or something, and then like the next part would be like um holding down certain like I guess you call it tack points. There'd be like three like bases or whatever, and you have to take control of them or something. And the other one would be like I don't know, basically like the end goal, like, or like like destroy whatever you're trying to get to or something like that. But it was like, I liked how it was like very linear, um and the result can be the result can end in any of those three phases or whatever, whether you're defending to the last like what's it called, in the last phase, and it's like, they almost got it but you stopped them or whatever, or if you just were able to completely stop them in the first phase, or like when you're pushing, it's just like it was always a different outcome in every game, and I always enjoyed that. I know they had Warzone too, where it was like a huge map, and they would just cycle in every like 5 minutes, a different game type, and that could be more random and more like hectic and chaotic and like more like a war. But I really liked Operations the most, I think, because it was just very straightforward. Everyone was on the same page more. You got to communicate with teammates more. You got to actually make more friends more, because everyone was so driven to play as a team player. And they did away with that, I think, in the multiplayer for this game. So I don't know what that was about, but as far as I can tell, yeah, that's because I think they have Warzone for this game, but not Operations. And honestly, Killzone 3's Operations was, it just was probably one of my favorite multiplayer experiences in the PS3 era, at least. But Call of Duty doesn't it doesn't do things like that. I mean, like, sure, Black Ops 4 is the one where they have their battle royale, um, however many players, I guess 100 players in a map or whatever, and you're trying to like get down to be the last one or whatever. That's something I never really played before. Obviously, PUBG kind of introduced that, and obviously other first-person shooter games have aped that, um, have adopted that, I guess. But for me, the reason why I got Black Ops 4, and it's really the last Call of Duty game I ever got, was that at least it's that, and it's still, and that I could still play split screen online. It's sad that Call of Duty has monopolized the whole genre, really, though. To the point where Sony, for some reason, doesn't even care about presenting a shooter, it seems like, in terms of having a first party shooter, whether it's third person or first person. I know they're bringing out factions for The Last of Us Part 2, which is going to be its own standalone game, and honestly, I don't like I loved the first factions. I don't like I could see Naughty Dog really going above and beyond to bring us a faction, like a second faction is that is going to be worth its weight in gold and maybe innovative and maybe different from what we're used to seeing in this multiplayer space. So I'm looking forward to that. Um, and honestly, if anyone has a chance in this day and age to kind of expand on the multiplayer experience for shooters right now, the Last of Us, like Naughty Dog is in the best position to, because they already have even though the game's controversial at this point, the second game, they have they have the talent, they have the fanfare to really do whatever they want to do. Um, and not many studios have that power or opportunity. And and it's very, especially with Sony being very friendly with Activision in terms of always kind of giving like timed exclusivity with Call of Duty and all that, and like kind of leaning more like every time you see a Sony conference or whatever, even though it's rare these days, Activision is usually a presence. They weren't a presence in the last one, but like even back in the E3s, like they were always there. They always presented during Sony's show, and there's a reason for that. Is because Sony definitely puts a little bit more money in their pocket, I think, and supports them. So it's a business thing. It's something that's kind of out of like the zeitgeist hands in terms of controlling what's gonna prosper in the shooting space. Really, the place to go for shooters right now is PC. I think they're doing some cool things. There's a lot of cool SOCOM inspired games like Task Force, I think, and um, there's a lot of cool games I think that they have. And that's honestly that's probably why I'll get a Steam Deck, because it will be like the best of both worlds. I'll have a whole thing that I can have on the go. It will be a PC that I can finally have, because I'm not really a PC guy. I mean I'm not a PC guy, but with like Sony games going to PC anyway, the idea of playing like a game on Steam Deck from there and having the opportunity to play all these games I never get to play with my actual friends, who most of my friends are on PC anyway. I think that's going to be cool. I think that's at the end of this year. I wonder how long these credits go, because like at this point I'm like I don't want to cut it short because I'm a completionist. I like to keep my credits in. I know a lot of people just like whenever credits roll, they take that as game's over or movie's over. TV like I like to watch the credits, but I think this is still from an era where credits were like ridiculously and unnecessarily long. Like look how slow the roll is right now, and it's only like one person. It's almost like they knew this game was going to be their last game, so they were like, you know what, screw it. But now, you know what? I think Killzone 2 and Killzone 3's credit sequences were this long too. It's not good because I respect a credit sequence. I know that's very crazy to say, but I also think that in turn, um, a credit sequence should respect our time, and I don't think we're being respected right now. We would like to thank each individual at Sony Computer Entertainment America for their contribution, support, and dedication to the success of Killzone Shadowfall, with special recognition to the executive management team, including Andrew House. I know him. Jack Tretton, I know him. Jim Bass, I don't know you. Guy Longworth, Scott Rode, Glenn. Well, at this point, I'm just reading the credits. Shuhei Yoshida, I know he's no longer with PlayStation. By the way, we played this game for. This is the 14th hour. Um, Not bad for because games tend to games tend to run very long now. You know, when we played The Last of Us, which is a great game, I think that took. I mean, it took 30 episodes, but that's including Left Behind and including the online episode. So it was 30 hours of that, but that game's a longer game. Granted, I had collectibles on that I was collecting throughout the game, and I was stopping to read each one, anyone that I came across. I don't think I collected all of them, but I read everyone and I kind of reflected on them. Whereas with this game, I without without intention, I was actually trying to get make it so that I can collect collectibles as I go through. But there's like video diaries in this. There's comic books. There's little uh, like text logs to read that you come across, and that probably would have made these episodes longer. Um, and I didn't like it was just complete accident that I just that the game is tied that once you've collected them all, even on a second playthrough, they're just not going to like it still counts as collected. I guess I needed to find another save or something or however it works, but um I so if you think about it, then it's 14 hours that I did this in, and if I had those, maybe it would be like I don't know. Would we say another hour? Maybe 2 hours? But still, my point is, it's a pretty short game, and I think I like that. I like that they kept it that little. It's only 10 chapters, short and sweet. I think the original games had like. I think the original games did have 10 chapters. Like, I know the original game might have had 10 chapters, maybe 10 to 12. I think that's usually what I like in a shooter in terms of length, where they're not just dragging it out. I don't think this game dragged itself out. I think it was a little bit of a slog in terms of the story just seemed to kind of meander, and your a lot of the environments felt very samey in a way, and there was uh, yeah, but you know what, it was short and sweet, I think. I kind of wish more games were this length, where I'm not playing games for like 60 hours plus, which happens. You know, like I mean, think about like Red Dead. I think that story was more than that for me, because when I play a game for the first time, I like to slow down and kind of absorb the world, and not just go for this, not just like plow right through the story. I like to kind of lose myself in the universe they've created for a bit. Um, but yeah, games these days, some of them go so long. And I know Shuhei Yoshida is an advocate now, even after he's kind of stepped down from his role as president. Was it president? I don't know, but I think I read that just now as the in the credits. But he has come out to say that games can't sustain themselves being how long they are now and how much money and resources and time and effort goes into making these AAA games, and that they can stand to be shorter, and that more games could be made if they were shorter. Um, I think Sony got kind of big headed during PS, even though they're like I love their games. I think their games had they got very like we need to create like the Mona Lisa and like uh the Michelangelo like Michelangelo's David basically with every game. I honestly would just be more content if we just had more games that weren't these big. You know, you don't have to create the pyramids with every single game, and you could still create great quality games and stories in a shorter, um, in a smaller package. I mean, if you think about Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, that's a DLC game, really, but it had enough content to make it its own game, and it's a short game, but it, it's a short game, but it's not a short game. It's just a like it's a perfect length game for that game. And if there were more games like that, I think that's a great thing. Um, and this is why I don't blame like Santa Monica Studio when they say the God of War 2 Ragnarok is only gonna be like this is gonna be their last game in the Norse universe or whatever. I don't know if they're going to continue in other universes like in Egypt or whatever, or you know, in other not universe mythologies basically. But um, I don't know. It kind of makes me wish. It kind of makes me wish the games were shorter so that maybe they can get that trilogy. But at the same time, it's no different. If there's going to be two huge, colossal games of God of War, and that tells your story, if there's a beginning, middle, and end, you feel like you've told the story of Kratos and Atreus in the Norse mythology, then that's what it is. But it makes me wonder though if the model's going to change in terms of length. Oh, I think we're done. Thanks for playing. That's usually a sign that we're done with the credits. And I didn't mind going over the hour because you know let's might as well just let the game. Another thing I like with credit sequences, and I probably mentioned this in the past, is that I like to soak in what I've played and what the last impression the game gives you. I think sitting through a credit sequence gives you the opportunity to kind of like you know reflect a bit and kind of whoa, that's abrupt. All right, I guess that's it. Next time we will try the multiplayer. It should be fun, and yeah. If you want to take it upon yourself to like, comment, and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. You don't have to, but it's something that would is always a spirit lifter for any content creator. Um, Other than that, I will catch you guys on the next episode. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep a clear head, and keep on gaming. Kevin out.